Coming up on Veterans Matters, we'll preview the Veterans Day activities being held on the campus of Eastern Illinois University. Our guest is EIU Veterans Services Coordinator Stephen Knotts. That's next on Veterans Matters. Well, Veterans Day is just a few weeks away, and I'm so pleased to have Stephen Knotts, EIU Veterans Service Coordinator, and Brandy Binder, who is working with Stephen on some of our Veterans Day activities. So I want to start by why, I know you've got a lot of stuff planned this year. Tell us a little bit about what was behind that and why.
Well, it goes back to what Veterans Services does, is that we're an advocate for the student veterans, military service members who are currently serving still, and military dependents, spouses and children of veterans. That we advocate for them, be able to put in programming to not only increase awareness of veterans issues, but also then to be able to show our appreciation and be able to help support them through their college experience so they can get a degree, which is the reason you go to college in the first place. Mm-hmm. But there are many different kinds of student veterans. We have people who have done 20 years in the Army and are now looking for a follow-on degree. We've got that Marine who did 6 years and 3 tours in Iraq and is and to a daughter of a deceased Navy veteran. Mm-hmm. And each one has different needs. We have a couple of things. eSource magazine recently came out that estimated only about 8% of veterans actually use their GI benefits.
Really?
And a recent Stars and Stripes story says of those that are using their GI benefits, over 80% of them drop out in the first year. They cite 2 main sources for that. Number one is that there is an intense feeling of belonging when you're in a military unit. Mm-hmm. And they come to an academic environment and they don't feel that. There's no connection. Their experiences, their worldview is different than most of the students on a campus, than the staff, than the faculty. And they also have an atrophy of their test-taking skills, study skills, their research skills that can help them be successful. And that's what Veteran Services do. We put those things together. A big drawback of veterans is, I'm going to quote a 2009 study here, that they identified that as early as basic training, veterans, we have been taught that others in uniform can die if we screw up. Perceiving that others in your area are screwing up can cause a veteran to be extremely candid, outspoken, and critical of that person, which can lead to a lot of cynicism and frustration on both parts, both for the veteran and for that faculty member or the student or the staff member that is the recipient. But identifying that trait and understanding where it's coming from allows both the veteran and those who are interacting with the veterans to be able to better resolve any conflict. Mm-hmm. And that is one of the things that we brought together with this year's Veterans Day, because everybody's now thinking about veterans, to be able to bring some veterans awareness of the issues that veterans are facing, and a veterans appreciation to be able to better be on the campus in the community. Mm-hmm. And that's what Brandy is going to be doing this year. That's
right. Well, Brandy, there's a lot of events, and I know that it's more than just putting out a bunch of flags and doing some ceremonial things. That's part of it. But why don't you tell us what Eastern has in store for Veterans Day this year?
This year for Veterans Day, the EIU Services is sponsoring Project Patriot, which is a week of activities to promote veterans awareness and military support. And that's going to be the whole week before our final ceremony, which is going to be the day after Veterans Day on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And it is going to be at 10:30 in the morning in front of Old Main, mm-hmm. near the flagpole. The administration, the faculty, the staff, students will all be participating. The event features songs by the music department, and we're going to lay out a wreath a memorial wreath, and the ROTC is actually going to fire a cannon in 3 volleys. The 5th starts off a veterans luncheon for EIU administrators and student veterans and the student government, where they will be able to sit down and talk amongst themselves about issues that they have or what we can do to make things better. On the 6th of November, which is Tuesday, we have the Illinois Mobile Vet Center is going to come and be outside of Union Hall, in between Union Hall and Doudna. And they are going to have information for veterans on things that can help them along with their journey. On the 6th, we also have a veterans panel that will have 3 to 5 veterans come in and tell their stories, and there will be a question and answer period, and that's from 5 p.m. till roughly 6:37 in the Doudna Lecture Hall. On the 7th, we have the female veterans panel, which will be for females to come in and tell their stories about the things that they specifically went through, whether in country or in garrison. And they're going to be there. There's going to be 3 to 5 of them come in. There'll be question and answer period after that. On the 8th, we have a Veterans Career Day, which is like a resume building and interview, mock interviews for veterans who feel as though they need more help in that area. I'm one of those. The 9th is our Veterans Concert that the EIU Band and Army National Guard Band are putting on. And they will be doing that at, is it 11?
I believe that's going to be at 7 p.m.
7
at
p.m.
the Dvorak Concert Hall.
Okay.
Okay. And then I also wanted to tell you that Veterans Day began in 1926 as a reminder of the end of World War I. And since 1954, the day is to honor all veterans, those who sacrificed their lives, and the ones still living, the ones that we can see every day and thank them for their service.
Okay, so lots of good things, and definitely more things than what you did last year.
Yes.
And talk about, I mean, I know from doing this show, our student veteran population here on Eastern's campus has increased. How many student veterans do you estimate we have going to college here?
Right now, this in the fall of 2012 has been the first time that EIU has been asking incoming students if they're a veteran or not. Using those numbers plus numbers that are using their financial aid, we have 293 students at EIU right now that are veterans or currently serving in the National Guard, Reserves, or active duty and taking online classes. Estimation, talking with the Illinois Veterans Affairs Regional Manager, Earl White, he tells me that many veterans don't like saying that they're veterans.
Really?
They want to be able to reassimilate and pretend to be a civilian, or that there is they perceive that there's going to be some stigma about being called a veteran because Hollywood is painting that 100% of veterans are violent PTSD people and are going to go off, which is patently untrue, but there is that stigma that is associated sometimes with being a veteran in certain situations. So they don't do it. And he estimates that there's usually about 2 to 3 times more veterans that are actually on campus than have ever actually identified themselves.
And probably the last time Eastern had this many veterans was after World War II.
And that was a completely different dynamic because we had millions of people coming back to the United States, and all of them were coming back, many of them were coming back to college, and so these groups coming from World War II had automatically people to be able to help them with because they all went through the same situation.
Right.
And now we're having onesies and twosies, and we're coming from Iraq or Afghanistan or Korea or flood duty or earthquake duty, going down to Katrina and then coming back, and we don't know the other people that are around, but there's a lot of veterans that are around on campus who are willing to support if we only be able to open up our eyes and be able to thank them.
Well, and not only is it important for veterans to sort of take part in these programs, it's important for the rest of us who are going to be either in class with veterans, working with them, teaching with them. They're all around us, for us to have a better understanding of, where they're coming from. That kind of, having that understanding probably can alleviate maybe potential conflict or just other
Absolutely.
things that can come up.
I know that I've had more than once right here in Charleston having to go getting into a conflict and then saying, wait a minute, my point of view, he's not understanding my point of view because that experience is just not there. And I'm not understanding there. So, hey, wait a minute, let's slow down a little bit and talk about this. What specifically about what I just said made you angry? Oh, well, what I was saying was an encouragement, but this actually happened in a case, is that we were talking and the other person got extremely angry, and we slowed down and went to the point where the altercation happened. I go, wait a minute, I was giving you encouragement. I was saying, yay, great. But he didn't take that way at all, and he was making it. He felt that I was, putting him down, that I thought I was better than he was, and so we talked about it and was able to resolve the conflict.
All right, let's real quick. I want to get back to the Veterans Day activities. Are some of them? They're not all open to the public. Some are just for veterans, but there are. Which ones are open to the public?
The Veterans Concert and the Mobile Vet Center are all open to the public. The Veterans Career Day is open to veterans, and so is the female and the veteran stories. But I do believe that if you would like to hear the stories, you're more than welcome to come and listen to the stories. The Veterans Luncheon is not open.
Okay.
We've already sent out our invitations for who will be invited to that.
Right. The Veterans Career Day is for students that are on EIU.
Okay.
So any veteran student is able to come.
Okay.
But the panels are certainly open to the public, and we encourage people to be able to come and participate.
Well, let's talk about what activities you have planned for this next semester.
Well, we are using this semester as a week of veterans awareness and support, calling it Project Patriot, for our fall extravaganza from Veteran Services. We're also planning a spring extravaganza happening in the month of April, and we're calling that Project Hero. And again, that is going to be another week of veterans awareness activities. A couple years ago, the first time we did Project Hero, we identified each day being a different service. So Monday was Army Day, Tuesday was Navy, Wednesday was Marines, Thursday was Air Force, and then Friday was Coast Guard. And then made a specific thing happening on that. For example, on Navy Day, we sponsored a battleship tournament. And so we're planning the same thing for next semester.
Okay, sounds like you two are busy. That's good. Well, I want to thank you both for coming on, Steve and Brandy. Good luck with Veterans Day activities. I've been given the honor of moderating the Women in the Military panel, so I'm looking forward to that. So thank you for asking me. We're going to conclude this week's Veterans Matters with a look back at some of the activities that our student veterans have gone through over the last year, including members of the Black Knights participating in the Bataan Death March. Thanks for watching Veterans Matters. I'm Lori Casey.
Hi, I'm Erica Borgren, Iraq veteran and director of the Illinois Department of Veterans Affairs. Our mission is to empower veterans and their families to thrive. We do that by providing long-term care in our veterans' homes, by developing programs to address the mental health, employment, and other challenges veterans face, and by helping veterans navigate the complex system of federal, state, and local resources. Our agency is home to a team of veterans whose sole job is to help other veterans. But we can't do this work alone. We need Illinois veterans to stand up and be counted so we can better understand our veteran community and serve you better. We are calling on all Illinois veterans, even if you've personally transitioned well and aren't in need of any services, to log on to our website to stand up and be counted. You have already stood up to answer the call to service. Now, stand up and be counted to help the entire Illinois veteran community. Visit veterans.illinois.gov.
Nicholas Anson, a master's student at Eastern Illinois University, a former enlisted veteran of the Army and of Operation Iraqi Freedom, and today our cadet in charge of the Honor Guard, is taking his next step to further serve the United States. He is contracting with the Army ROTC program to become a lieutenant and to take his oath to protect the laws that provide the liberties that make the United States the best country on earth. Cadet Anson, post. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Nicholas Anson,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend
to support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I will obey the orders
that I will obey the orders
of the President of the United States
of the President of the United States
and the orders
and the orders
of the officers appointed over me
of the officers appointed over me
according to regulations
according to regulations
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Cadet Anson.
Thank you, sir.
The men and women of our military courageously choose to put their lives on the line to preserve our country's freedoms. They do it for their families, their friends, their neighbors, and all the rest of us who they will never meet.
Aim. Fire. Ready? Aim. Fire. Ready? Aim. Fire. Left hand shoot. Left face.
Interacting with those guys, like I immediately felt like I could work, socialize with these people. I could talk to them, and I could say everything that's on my mind, and I knew that they understood where I was coming from, and every story that every one of those guys say, we understand, and it created that social outlet, that camaraderie, that sense of brotherhood.
Guys, what do you think so far? What do you think of Bataan, man?
I thought more people would show up. Kind of disappointing.
It's a lot of room here. It's pretty spacious.
Big event.
Big event.
Rocks.
More sand.
Bigger than I could have thought.
Lots of sarcasm.
That's what she said.
It's hard being on that thing. I don't know. Getting a little bit of a tan. Excited. It's 7:05 a.m. I think we're starting. Look out for the stampede.
Well, I don't care what Chip says. I'm stopping at 26.2. You come in.
halfway. I think that's the base. We're moving back towards that as the fun begins now with sand and everything. Hopefully you can see people down the road. And they're coming from this way. Kind of a straggler. I'm catching up. Feel good.
I'm out of here.
All right. What mile mark are you at? Okay. I know. Okay. Hey. So you're at what mile?
Between 18 and 19.
And how's it been going?
So far, so good.
And you say Greg's ahead of you?
Greg and then Mike.
Mike, yeah, we saw Mike coming down. I made him run back and run forward, and he's like, I gotta go. So,
Yeah.
but they look both pretty good. You look really good.
Thanks.
Are you doing all right?
Yeah, so
No
far, so
cramps?
good.
Been
No.
hydrated?
No, not really. I had a little bit of a cramp, but we'll see.
Get some water.
No, I've
Water.
been drinking.
You guys rock. Unbelievable. Good job. Looking good, ladies. Nice job. What's the step down?
Good job.
Watch it going into the tent. Ready to go, guys? Good job, team. Nice finish, team. Looking strong.
Oh, you're taking pictures of me. You're funny. I'm screwing up your time. I'm screwing up your time. There he goes.
I think one thing to add is when you return from the Bataan, after you finish and you're on the plane ride back, you're on the truck ride back, from the airport, you have a lot of time to think. And for me, as a non-veteran, it was like, what can I take from this experience and pass on to others in life to help mentor those that are younger than me? I just look at it, and it's something I can use in life when I'm faced with adversity, I'm faced with challenges and tests. I'm like, I've been through so much worse. I've experienced a challenge that I'll be able to carry with me for the rest of my life. So it's just something I can use in the future.
If you have questions or comments about our show, please email them to the address on the screen or give us a call during regular business hours at 581-5956. Thanks for watching this edition of Veterans Matters.